Okay, well, we've lost that signal there, but we'll get back to Mr. Iwali so that he can tidy up on his his angle.
On the Cotonou issue.
Yes.
On the Cotonou issue, like the DG said, it's criminal. It's illegal.
That's the simplest way to describe it.
And a lot of things are going on there. Where you have over 100 ships congregating every day, what you get there is 1, gun running, 2, narcotics, 3, smuggling. You understand? Because it's like boarding an aircraft in Atlanta, heading for Lagos. And when you get to on the airspace of Cairo, they say, okay, because this aircraft is going to Nigeria or is destined for Nigeria, but we're not going to go to Nigeria. We'll stop in mid-air. All Nigerian passengers should disembark. That is exactly what they're doing.
But your ticket says you're landing in Lagos.
You understand? So the bill of lading says you are coming to Lagos, yet you stay at Cotonou, and you now tell all Nigerian oil traders, come and pick this. You understand? So, which is not the best. It must be stopped. It is criminal. Togo government is not benefiting because the ships are not going into Togo port.
And custom did not give any clearance of those cargo. So
you understand?
Mr. Bagu, what's the role of the indigenous ship owners in this cabotage law? What
you mean Nigerian Ship Owners Association?
Yes, okay, Mr. Iwale is back. We'll come back. Okay. Yes, Mr. Iwale, you were saying something.
Yes. What I was trying to say is that the fact that because of the CBN policy, which came out sometime, I think around 2006 or 7 or earlier, made the exodus of these operations from Nigeria very possible. And we have lost employment opportunities. We have lost a lot due to that. We have also incurred adulteration of products that land in Nigeria. And we have increased the cost of running even industries in Nigeria. Because when adulterated fuel gets to our industries, the engines will naturally get down. And it's not been that easy. And we have also incurred things like the charges for the mother vessels that should have come to Nigeria that now goes to Cotonou. We cannot charge them there, and we cannot monitor what they do. Today, they call what lands in Nigeria rice and beans. These all are to impact so negatively on the activities that ordinarily should have been for the indigenous Nigerians that own ships. And it has even reduced the monies that come to government. We need to look critically at that and be able to address it. I think the incoming government must, as a matter of urgency, remove completely. We have started the process. It's at the very peak now. When they come, they need to sustain it. They must ensure that they remove completely discretion, human discretion from port operations and automate all systems that will enable, it will even solve the problem of the people that came to your studio earlier, talking about what happens to imported products, who has imported what, who is round-tripping documents to get money it didn't work for, and a lot of things can be solved using this automation in the port. But back to what we are talking, the cabotage. I think it is very, very important we make these jobs available to them first. That will enable them to get more money and buy vessels. Because one of the challenges they also face is the kind of vessels that can go along international ships that come to Nigeria. A lot of ships that come to Nigeria will not allow single hull vessels to come alongside their vessel. Because when you talk about a mother ship bought for about $50 million, and somebody is bringing a rickety ship alongside that $50 million worth of ship, they may not want it. They may ask for better ships. And getting better ships, we must give these people money. We must make money available to them so that they can buy the kind of ships that are internationally acceptable. These are the problems. And I think we must all work together to ensure that these people get what they need to get.
Mr. Iwale, whose responsibility is it to ensure that ships not flying the Nigeria flag do not enter Nigerian waters?
No. Ships that do not fly Nigerian flags are not barred from coming to Nigeria. What we are saying are the coastal and inland shipping. We want as much as possible to make sure that foreigners do not participate in it. We must make sure that we give that solely to the indigenous people. But for the indigenous, it is a responsibility of NIMASA to answer your question for short.
Okay.
Okay.
To your mind, how is NIMASA doing in that regard?
Within what is available to NIMASA, NIMASA is doing their very best. Like I pointed out earlier, NIMASA can only say this should not happen. But these people also got waivers. And when somebody shows you a waiver that allows him to participate in a trade you are trying to forbid him from, then you have to step down. But again, go to the person that issued the waiver. When people come to complain that, for example, the marketers that brought in international ships to Nigeria, and they cannot get the captain on board that ship to agree to certain types of ships to come alongside their vessel. And they have come to complain that for you to sustain availability of products in the Nigerian market, you have to give certain waivers.
Who are those giving those waivers?
The waivers come from the Federal Ministry of Transport.
Okay. Okay.
These waivers, do they apply to the Nigerian ship owners as well?
Well, it is, for you to apply for waiver, it actually means you are not qualified for what you are trying to do. So you waive certain conditions to allow you qualify.
So Nigerian ship owners can apply for this?
They are natural members, and they should just carry out the business.
But one of the challenges that they've mentioned here today is that there are too many waivers, that the waivers are causing problems for the cabotage law.
I agree with them completely. We can reduce this number of waivers, empower them as much as we can, so that they can get the right type of equipment.
When would that empowerment be? Because their businesses have been stalled.
Ruined.
Okay, according to the captain here, they've been ruined.
That's right. I agree with them. I agree completely with them. See, you need to look at it from so many dimensions, away from whether government making money available or not at cheap rate. How much money is actually there, and how many people can access this money to deplete it? If you go to the normal commercial bank that you want to go and borrow money to buy ship, it is almost an impossibility, because by the time you get that money, you find it very difficult to pay back. The money with the interest rate is almost forbidding.